day. Here is the news at noon. First, the highlights. Lagos State government urges protesters to respect sanctity of buildings. Minister seeks suspension of hunger protests. On a foreign scene, police confirms death of 32 people in Somali beach attack. And then sports minister appeals to favor Ofili to stay focused amidst Paris Olympics registration controversy. Now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, has urged protesters to shun violence and respect the sanctity of physical structures in the state. Olumide reinforced the position of the state government that the economic challenges called for sober reflection instead of protest, given the genuine efforts of government at all levels to bring succor to the people. He stressed that protesters should refrain from destroying physical structures that are meant to serve the residential, commercial, and institutional needs of the people. Olumide noted that physical structures across the state enhanced the alluring landscape of Lagos and help project her cultural heritage, emphasizing that all hands must be on deck to build a livable, organized, orderly, and sustainable physical environment. Special advisor to the Lagos State Governor on political, legislative, and civic engagement, Afolabi Tajuddin, has reaffirmed Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's commitment to addressing the needs of Lagosians amid the ongoing economic challenges. He said this at the presentation of checks to another set of more than 100 beneficiaries of the present administration's financial assistance program held at the Office of Political, Legislative, and Civic Engagement, Alausa Ikeja. The special advisor, while welcoming the beneficiaries, said that Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration is fully committed to ensuring that every resident feels supported and valued regardless of the difficulties they face. Reiterating the role of each resident in maintaining peace and stability in the state, Afolabi appeals to all Lagosians to uphold law and order. The newly appointed provost of the Lagos State College of Health Technology, LASCOHET, Olashupo Akan Usen, has met with academic staff, imploring them to maintain professionalism and diligence in their interactions with students. During his inaugural meeting with the academic staff, Akan Usen emphasized the importance of the college's role in imparting knowledge and shaping future healthcare professionals. He assured staff of his commitment to their welfare and that of the students, signaling the start of significant positive changes. Akan Usen promised that all lecture rooms within the college will be renovated to make them more conducive to learning, with necessary amenities provided. He also expressed his desire to invest in a digital portal to make students' results accessible within 2 weeks of examinations. And now to the rest of the stories. Minister of Steel Development Shuaibu Audu has appealed to Nigerians to suspend the nationwide protest tagged hashtag End Bad Governance in Nigeria against hunger and poverty. The protest, which commenced on August 1 and is expected to end by August 10, was organized in response to challenges being faced in the country. The minister urged Nigerians to embrace dialogue in addressing all their concerns regarding the difficulties being faced in the country. I would also urge them to trust President Bola Tinubu's administration, which is working assiduously to address the challenges in the country. I would also urge them to trust President Bola Tinubu's administration, which is working assiduously to address the challenges in the country. He also assured Nigerians that their desire for good governance will be achieved before the end of the current administration's first tenure. He appealed to Nigerians to end the protest, citing it hijacked by miscreants who were already causing mayhem and a breakdown of law and order across the country. A bill for a law to provide for crutches in public workplaces for working breastfeeding mothers is set to be passed into law in Taraba State. This was made known by the wife of the Taraba State Governor, Ayin Kefas, during the opening ceremony of the World Breastfeeding Week in Jalingo. The World Breastfeeding Week, which is slated for August 18, 2024, has as its theme Closing the Gap, Breaking the Records, Breaking Barriers, Breastfeeding Support for All. Speaking at the event, Kefa said the bill has passed through all the legislative processes and is ready for passage into law. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has congratulated the head of service, Olabode Agoro, on his 57th birthday. Governor Sanwo-Olu, in a statement issued by his special advisor on media and publicity, Boyega Akoshile, described Agoro, who clocks 57 today, as a seasoned administrator. He said Agoro, as the 22nd head of service, is using his managerial skills and intellectual abilities to make Lagos State civil service a role model for many states in Nigeria. Governor Sanwo-Olu also described Agoro as a worthy lieutenant and trusted public servant, wishing him more fruitful years and good health as he continues to render selfless service to the government and people of Lagos State. Now to foreign news. At least 32 people were killed and several others injured after a suicide bomber and gunmen targeted a popular beachfront location in the Somali capital, Mogadishu. Police spokesperson Abdi Fattah Adan Hassan says around 63 people were wounded, some of them critically. Hassan said one attacker was captured alive. Local media says the attack was carried out by Al-Shabaab militants who control large parts of southern and central Somalia. The group is affiliated to Al-Qaeda and has waged a brutal insurgency for nearly 20 years against the UN-backed government in Somalia. And now sports. Nigeria's sports minister, John Eno, has urged athlete Favour Ofili to remain focused on her upcoming events at the Paris 2024 Olympics, despite the controversy surrounding her exclusion from the 100 meters race. Ofili was conspicuously missing in action when a women's 100 meters event at the Paris Olympics Games got to a flying start on Friday. Only Rose Chukwuma and Tima Godbless were in action, with the former making it through to Saturday's semi-final. In an official statement, the minister expressed his disappointment and frustration with the situation. The minister acknowledged the efforts of the NOC President Habu Gumel and his team, but emphasized that he is solely concerned with finding a solution for Nigeria, and vowed to address the issue immediately after the Olympics, urging Ofili to concentrate on her remaining events. And that's all for the news at noon. Just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration initiated 500 hectares rice farm technology intervention project? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, has urged protesters to shun violence and respect the sanctity of physical structures in the state. Steel Development Shoaibu Audu has appealed to Nigerians to suspend the nationwide protest tagged hashtag End Bad Governance in Nigeria against hunger and poverty. We also told you that at least 32 people were killed and several others injured after a suicide bomber and gunmen targeted a popular beachfront location in the Somali capital, Mogadishu. And in sports, Nigeria's Sports Minister John Eno has urged athletes Favour Ofili to remain focused on her upcoming event at the Paris 2024 Olympics, despite the controversy surrounding her exclusion from the 100 meters race. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good afternoon.